The power of becoming a friend to yourself is a principle often overlooked in the fast-paced, connection-seeking world we live in. We crave companionship, validation, and understanding from others, but rarely do we stop to consider the relationship we have with the one person we spend the most time with ourselves. It's a truth that cannot be denied. Before you can build meaningful relationships with others, you must first nurture a healthy, fulfilling relationship with yourself. This is where true connection begins. Imagine a woman who feels utterly alone. She looks around her life and sees a void where friends should be. She yearns for companionship but finds herself stuck in a cycle of doubt and insecurity. She wonders why she doesn't have the bonds she sees others enjoying. The answer lies not in her external circumstances but within her own perception of herself. The reality is we cannot give to others what we do not possess ourselves. To be a friend to someone else, we must first learn to be a friend to ourselves. Becoming a friend to yourself starts with self-awareness. Take a moment to ask yourself, how do I treat myself on a daily basis? Do I speak kindly to myself? Do I encourage myself when things get tough? Or do I criticize and belittle my efforts? Too often, we reserve our kindness for others while being our harshest critic. But how can we expect others to treat us with compassion and respect if we can't offer the same to ourselves? The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for how others will treat you. Becoming a friend to yourself means practicing kindness, patience, and understanding toward your own flaws and challenges. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and connection, but you must believe it. Another key element of self-friendship is keeping promises to yourself. Think about the times you've set goals or made commitments to yourself only to let them slip away. Maybe you promised to exercise more, learn a new skill, or finally start that project you've been dreaming of. When we fail to honor these promises, we chip away at our own trust. It's not just about the missed opportunities, it's about the message we send to ourselves, I'm not worth the effort. Becoming your own friend means valuing yourself enough to follow through, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. Each promise kept builds confidence and self-respect, which in turn radiates outward into your interactions with others. Personal growth is another cornerstone of self-friendship. When we invest in ourselves, we become the kind of people who attract others naturally. Think about the individuals you admire or gravitate toward. They're often people who exude confidence, positivity, and a sense of purpose. This isn't because they're perfect, but because they've taken the time to work on themselves. They've faced their fears, overcome their challenges, and grown into individuals who have something to offer the world. You have that same potential. The more you grow, the more you have to give, not just to yourself, but to the people you hope to connect with. Another essential aspect of becoming a friend to yourself is learning to enjoy your own company. Solitude doesn't have to feel like loneliness. It can be a time for reflection, creativity, and peace. When you're comfortable being alone, you're not relying on others to fill a void. Instead, you approach relationships from a place of abundance, not neediness. People are drawn to those who are content with themselves because they radiate a sense of security and fulfillment. Becoming your own friend means embracing solitude as an opportunity for growth rather than a punishment. Let's not forget the power of contribution. One of the most fulfilling ways to build connections is through service. When you're secure in your relationship with yourself, you have the capacity to give to others without expecting anything in return. Acts of kindness, however small, can create bonds that grow into genuine friendships. But it all starts with having something to give, and that comes from being whole and content on your own. The woman who thought she had no friends might have believed that her worth was tied to how others perceived her. But as she began to nurture her relationship with herself, something remarkable happened. She became kinder, more confident, and more open. She started to take care of her own needs and pursue her own interests. And as she grew, she found that people were drawn to her not because she needed them, but because she had become someone worth knowing. Her journey wasn't about fixing what was wrong with her. It was about discovering and embracing all that was already right. The power of becoming a friend to yourself is transformative. It changes the way you see the world and the way the world sees you. It's not about shutting others out or becoming self-absorbed. It's about creating a strong foundation of self-worth and self-respect. From that foundation, you can build relationships that are meaningful, authentic, and lasting. The best friendships, after all, are built on mutual respect and understanding, and that starts with the respect and understanding you cultivate within yourself. So if you ever feel alone, start by looking inward. Become your own greatest ally, your own biggest cheerleader, and your own closest companion. When you do, you'll find that the friendships you seek begin to flow naturally into your life. And you'll realize that the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself.